Hey, it's William Malini from Flowers and Scents with your industry buzz. Today, I'm going to interview Vavara Goroshkevich from BioFlorica. And BioFlorica is an online portal that allows you to buy flowers from all over the world direct from the growers. Now, while this concept is not totally new, this company is new to the US. And I ran into her at a show, and I thought I would bring her up experience and see what they've got up their sleeve. So without further ado, Vavara Goroshkevich. So Vavara from BioFlorica, welcome to Flowers and Scents. And you and I don't know each other very well. We met briefly in Miami a couple weeks ago. And you were telling me about what BioFlorica does, and I find that fairly intriguing because I was in a company many years ago that was trying to do the same thing, to be a portal to allow growers to put their inventory in and allow buyers, whoever they may be, to make the purchases. So I have sort of a long background in that business model. I was way too early, so we were this is already 20 some years ago. The internet was just happening, so
Wow.
I was too early. So,
Imagine what could happen right now.
yeah, well, now it's too late for me. So, but I'm happy that there's people like you that are sort of keeping it alive and trying to make these connections, because these connections are not simple to make, and nor are they logistically and or technology or technically easy. They're not easy. So, well, anyway, without me doing all the talking, tell us what's going on with BioFlorica.
Hello, everyone. My name is Varvara, and I represent Biflorica Marketplace in the US. So we the platform, it's a software platform that connects growers with the buyers. So we don't have the warehouse, we don't have our own inventory. So we just connect any kind of buyers, starting like our key client are wholesalers, but we also work with event planners and even retailers. So it's easy to buy for all kind of business models directly from the growers. And we have around 500 growers in one platform. They're from Ecuador, from Colombia, from Kenya, from Holland, from Israel, from Miami. So we're always updating and renovating our platform to make it easier to work directly with the grower. And it's also auction, so you can actually negotiate the price. So you suggest your price and the grower could confirm or suggest their own price, and that's how the deal would be ended, like eventually with the price agreed from the both sides.
I noticed that you're very heavy in Ecuador, which probably makes a little sense because a lot of the Ecuadorian growers are trying to find new markets because the Russian market dried up for them. So they're looking for new markets. So I'm not surprised to see many Ecuadorian growers participating.
It's because we've been working and operating for 12 years in Europe. So we cover about 30% of European market. That's why, like, Ecuadorian market, I think it's the biggest. We also work like very tightly with Kenyan market and Holland market. But for the US, it's still mostly Ecuador, because the price rates for fuel and for this overseas flights are super expensive. That's why Ecuador is #1 right now for American market.
Yes, and you have some Israelis and some different places there. So it's a nice mix of growers. So a wholesaler gets online and he decides he wants to buy I don't know, he wants to buy 500 stems of some particular rose. He can see the rose if it's being offered by the vendors, or how many vendors are offering that rose, and then you can put in basically a bid. You bid for that product, and the grower can accept it or give you a counter offer, I guess.
Yes, exactly. And also the person, like the client, can see what other people are bidding for, like what their prices. This part of market is also available. And also the customers can see the average price, like because it's open market. So they can see what's going on at the market. Like last week, two last weeks, it was like bad situation in Ecuador, like a lot of strikes uh, due to the full charge and food charge, and the price for rose like the price for flowers were up. And also we had so many problems with logistic, the farms, they couldn't deliver it to the cargo agency. So but you can see what's going on, like according to the prices, because it's an open market and wholesalers, they're buying at the same price as well.
I noticed that you have Royal Flora Holland as one of your vendors, at least on your website.
Mhm.
So that's essentially the auction itself. That's um, yes, it's Alsmere.
Uh, no, we actually we work with the same model in Holland, that we connect growers like passing the auction. We do not work with auction. I probably you mean like that's some other growers, but it's the same model. You go and you bid the price and you buy directly from the growers, but it's connected. Like where web shops are connected to the auction, because they cannot like upload it manually. So it's basically all their stock are coming from the auction, but still it's not going through the auction.
I see. Um, okay, and so you charge the buyer a minimum, I believe, of 2% or maybe a maximum. I don't know. What is it? What's your
Um, there is actually the scale. So we start like from 7% when the buyer buys. And if his volume increase, we actually can reduce, we have a special scale and we can like reduce the percentage, and it can like go down 5% and then like 2% if it's we're talking about like really big volumes.
okay? But it starts at 7% and then goes down. Yes.
Correctly,
Okay.
yes.
So there is a there is a company here, and well, they're actually in Medellin that does this for the U.S. market. That's Comet Sales. I know you must be familiar with them.
Yes.
And 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 how do you differ from Comet Sales? Because it's a similar model, I believe.
Thank you for asking. They're our competitors, but what is differ as we do not have stock in Miami, which means that the farms, they cut off the flowers especially for our customers, and they send these flowers for the specific customers that place the order, while Comet collect all the boxes in Miami in their stock, and then they resell it from their stock in Miami. So our platform, I guess, offer to buy the freshest flowers at the market,
I see. Mhm.
and with the better price, because there is no markup and like it's an open price market.
Well, everybody's marking their flowers up, though, obviously, or they're in the wrong business. So, people have to mark up their flowers. So whether your portal is cheaper than that portal, I don't know. That's sort of subjective, I suppose.
Okay.
And probably at any given moment, it could change.
Yeah.
All right, so now you're looking for the U.S. market. So you're looking for wholesalers in the U.S. market that are willing and able to buy direct.
Yes, I know that a lot of wholesalers already have connection and they are already buying directly. But at the same time, we offer 500 growers in one place. We accept claims for 14 days once you place the order. We help with all the logistic. We accompany all the process, and we also have account managers who could help you with purchasing flowers. So we actually offer like a really nice customer support with the great prices and with competitive growers who compete for like for the order. So yeah, we're looking for wholesalers, for event planners, for retailers, and like at our platform, customers can buy, the minimum order is 100 stems. It's the minimum order from the farms. The rest we have our consolidation. So it's basically like, it's not hard to start ordering directly from the growers.
Okay, well, that sort of leads me into logistics. And I would imagine logistics are one of the biggest challenges you have because they always are. So I think I read that, okay, so if I'm a buyer and I have my own cargo agency, or I work with a cargo agency in the country of origin, I can buy the flowers and tell you, okay, take them to wherever, to that particular cargo agency, right? And then it takes my buyer or my logistics chain takes over, yes?
Yes, it's actually so everything arrives to Miami, and there is a transit warehouse. So, and then it goes either to your domestic carrier, or we can suggest you what domestic carrier we work with, and we can create an account for you there. So basically, if you have your international logistic, it's fine as well. So the farms would start delivering to your cargo agencies. But if you don't, we support with the whole logistic. So it basically comes from Quito to Miami. It passes all the custom clearance in Miami, and then it goes to the next carrier.
All right, so you have an agent, somebody in Miami that's handling your consolidation.
Yes, yes. We have like a few agents there. They're brokers, and I mean they are brokers, and they have with the custom clearance and all delivery.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have it basically covered in terms of your, figuring out the logistics, because again, their logistics are hard. But as you say, many of the importers or many of the wholesalers already have some logistics in place, because that's been going on for some years now. And so you've already launched in the US, but it's fairly new, yes?
Well, we arrived here, like we expanded in 2020, right before the COVID.
Oh, good.
Then we stopped for a little while, and then like from September to 2020, we started to develop it again. So like we've been already for a year and a half. We have customers operating here in the US. We have all logistics set up, and we we explore new partnerships, and we actually signed up this June. We found a new partner, like it's Allianz Logistic. Before we were working with Kuchenagel. So we actually it's always buyers facing the problem with the delaying, shipment delaying on the holidays. That's why we have a lot of we try to set up many accounts in different cargo agencies, so to protect our customers with the delays and with the rate increases and stuff. We have right now 4 cargo agencies we work with, and there is a consolidation. So again, there is no minimum order for that, because everything is consolidated in one shipment.
So following this path again, so if I'm a buyer and I want to order you said 100 stems, so that's a quarter box of some sort. So I want 100 stems of whatever, and I order them online and say, okay, you do all the logistics, take them to, I'll use Armelini as my name. I take them to Armelini for delivery, right? And you'll handle all that for your somewhere between 7 and 2%.
Yes, definitely. And it takes about 5 days of the full delivery, 5-6 days. Exactly. So it arrives to Miami, it's 1 day delivery. Then it passes all the custom clearance. It's another day. Also, there are the quality control and everything. And then, yes, we work with Armelini Air, and that's actually one of the biggest, our carrier domestic transportation. So we deliver it to our Melini or to APM truck or Anthony truck or Golden Lion truck, and then it arrives to the customer. We also work with FedEx for it, especially it's good for retailers. They don't have their drivers to pick up the shipment. So like FedEx works directly from Kita to their door. There is this option as well.
Well, okay. Well, I think that gives my readers and my listeners here a good idea of what BioFlorica or Bio, what is it?
Well, we call it Biflorica, but then it's like all the farms and you in Europe, but then I discovered here that like it's easier for people say BioFlorica. So I switched it to BioFlorica as well. I don't know, like whatever.
Yeah, well, we see buy and we want to say buy, B-I, yeah.
Yeah, right. That's why BioFlorica.
And it's so anyway, BioFlorica.com is the how to reach you, yes?
Yes, BioFlorica.com or BioFlorica.us.
.us. Okay, I'll throw them up on the screen so people can see them. And I thank you for coming on and telling us what's going on with BioFlorica, because it's interesting stuff. Again, I have a long history in this concept of portals, and so I'm happy to see when they actually work, because they are a lot of work, and doing all the mapping and everything else with the customers is it's sort of a big project.
You mentioned that you saw us right in Kenya and the exhibition in Kenya.
Yes, many years, well, 3 or 4 years ago now. Yeah, the last time I was in Kenya, there was a booth there, I think, somewhere. I thought it was interesting. I don't think I spent a lot of time there, but I said, okay, I'll have to pay attention to what that is. It means something. But now that you're coming to the US, which is more my market, it was more important, I think, to have you on here.
Thank you so
Vavara,
much.
nice to chat with you. I will publish this next week sometime, and let's see what happens.
Thank you so much, Willie. It's a pleasure to meet you, to know you, and yeah, hope to see you again at some exhibitions.
I suspect we will. So
floral industry is quite small, actually, so I believe we will be meeting each other in some points.
Yes, well, there's Holland coming up, and there's Ecuador coming up. And
yeah, Ecuador is coming up. Yeah, everyone is inviting.
Yes, so it appears. Well, I might see you there. All right, Vavara, thank you very much, and you have a great day.
Thank you so much, Willie. You too. Enjoy your
Bye-bye.
day. Bye.